In the winter of 2009, a businessman named Richard boarded a late-night train from Moscow to St. Petersburg, Russia. Snow was falling thick outside, and the platform echoed with the metallic groan of wheels as the train prepared to leave. He carried only a briefcase, eager to reach his hotel before morning meetings. At first, the carriage was ordinary. A handful of passengers sat scattered, their faces hidden behind newspapers and scarves. But Richard quickly noticed something strange. The train was unnervingly quiet. No chatter, no conductor passing by, not even the distant rhythm of the engine. Only silence. As the journey stretched on, he dozed off until he was startled awake by a sound. Footsteps, slow dragging, echoing down the narrow aisle. He turned his head, but no one was there. The passengers around him hadn't moved, their faces pale, eyes fixed forward like wax figures. He tried speaking to them, but they didn't respond. Instead, the air grew colder, his breath visible in the dim light. Suddenly, the train plunged into darkness. The lamps flickered back on, and the seats around him were now empty. Every passenger was gone. Confused, Richard stood and moved through the carriages. Each one was deserted, doors rattling, windows iced over. Yet faintly, he could hear whispers, voices calling his name in Russian, though he had never spoken the language. Panic rising, he reached a dining car. There, he found a table set neatly with silverware, candles burning though no one was present. At the end of the car, a mirror reflected the entire room except for him. He wasn't in the reflection at all. Then came the scream, a piercing wail that echoed through every carriage, followed by the sound of many footsteps rushing toward him. Shadows began to form in the windows, dozens of pale figures pressing against the glass, their mouths open in silent cries. Richard ran, heart pounding, through corridor after corridor until he finally burst into the last carriage. The door was locked. Behind him, the footsteps closed in. He pounded on the door, begging for release until suddenly, the train screeched to a halt. When he opened his eyes, he was lying on the platform in St. Petersburg, snow falling gently around him. His briefcase was beside him. The station clock read exactly the time his train should have arrived. But witnesses swore no train had come through that night. To this day, Richard claims he rode the midnight train to nowhere, a journey that blurs the line between life and death.